And welcome back, guys. My name is Daniel Sanchez, CEO of DNA Brand Management, and welcome here to the third video of this series that I'm doing on how to start your own business, AI business. So we've discussed already regarding the BIE, business identity elements, as well as we discussed branding guidelines. Now, in this particular video, let's go ahead and discuss core components for your AI business. So building a successful AI business requires a clear understanding of your fundamental business components. This comprehensive framework will help startup founders and small business operators document, organize, and present the essential elements that drive their AI ventures forward. So again, what does that mean in short? In short, what that means is, much like I've been saying in the other videos, the whole point of having everything documented is so that you can clearly relay, communicate, position your brand the way you want. And again, when you have the documentation required to be able to help your brand during different phases, in stages of a sales process, marketing process, whatever it is, it just makes it that much more easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and on with the presentation. So as we move on, something to think about is regarding revenue model. So what's going to be your revenue model? So primary income streams. Your primary revenue streams form the backbone of your AI business financial strategy. These core income sources should align directly with your AI capabilities and market demand. Now, is it going to be product sales, direct sales of AI software, hardware, integrated solutions, subscription services, recurring revenue from SaaS platforms, API access, or ongoing AI services, or consulting services, expert advisory, implementation support, and custom AI development? So let me elaborate quickly on those. So when we're talking about product sales, are you going to leverage something like, let's say, TikTok, right, in their shop to be able to have an actual product itself that has a product that you can actually sell? So something physical, something tangible. Another option is to provide a service, a subscription model. Do you want to build some sort of software that people can pay perhaps a monthly recurring price for? So whether that be something like Adobe, whether that be something like, any particular business, even your Netflix follows that type of structure and platform. Then you finally have, consultation. So I personally feel, and through my own journey, you should go through those in steps, right? So you should always think about first coming up with a product, then perhaps selling a service. And then after that, once you've done it for a couple of years, transition over to consulting. I do want to say that when it comes to being able to offer a service, try to make sure that you can do it as a monthly subscription, meaning monthly recurring and charges every single month. If you don't, what's going to happen is that you're constantly fighting for a new customer all the time. You're constantly looking for a new customer. You're constantly looking, for the next sale, versus being able to put money and effort into marketing. You acquire a client, and as long as you keep them on a monthly recurring, again, you can continue to generate revenue and scale your business. That's truly how you're able to scale. All right, so very important side note on that. Now that's primary income. Now let's talk about some secondary revenue channels. Supporting revenue streams diversify your income and create additional value opportunities. Training and certification programs, data licensing, marketplace services, partnership commissions, and affiliate programs. Again, always look at this, also the secondary income that can come in for your particular business. So again, if you're selling, let's say, a monthly recurring service in some sort of social media planner platform, where content creators can go ahead and have a social media platform that they can leverage, and they're paying a monthly recurring. Well, also consider, coming up with videos like these, give people some free education, see what comes about from that, whether you can generate leads, whether you're able to come up with a course, or even better, that you'll learn this as you get more advanced, strategic partnerships. Partner up with, again, other people that are doing services that are in parallel with yours. What does that mean? For instance, if you're offering, same example, a social media planner that people are paying a monthly service for, right? Monthly to you charge them a monthly service for this social media planner. You can partner up with other social media influencers that can essentially promote your particular products. So again, there's always opportunities that stem from the main primary source. So from the main source of income, there's always secondary. So consider that. And if you have any questions, again, you can reach out to us. We're more than happy to connect with you and let you know what that would look like for your business if you need more ideas. Now, moving along to the next one, product and services. So taking a look here at 3 examples: AI software solutions, professional services, and data solutions. So AI software solutions, core AI applications and platforms designed for specific industry needs or use cases. You have, for example, machine learning platforms, natural language processing tools, computer vision applications. Going back to that social media calendar, that's there an opportunity. Professional services. Now, the next section here, expert consulting implementation services that leverage your AI expertise and technology. So that could be custom AI development, integration, deployment, training, and support. And then data solutions, specialized data services that enhance AI capabilities and provide valuable insights to clients. Data pre-processing and cleaning, model training data sets, analytics and reporting tools. These are all very sophisticated services, but again, it doesn't have to be that complicated. You just step back, and once you design the idea of what you want to be able to do, understand where you fall into those categories and understand clearly on how to be able to propose those. So, and as you move along, unique features that set you apart, and as I state here, clearly articulate what makes your AI offerings distinctive in the marketplace. Focus on proprietary algorithms, specialized industry expertise, superior accuracy rates, faster processing speeds, or unique integration capabilities. Document specific performance metrics, competitive advantages, customer value propositions that differentiate your solutions from existing alternatives in the AI landscape. So what does that all mean in short? Try to find a unique selling proposition, and I'll touch on this in later videos, but your USP, try to figure out what helps you stand out. I'll give you a perfect example. For instance, I have a project that I'm currently developing where it's basically a pay-per-leads type of platform. Now, what's specific about my platform, there's a bunch of pay-per-leads that you probably already know. Won't name any competitors, but in a pay-per-lead, for those that don't know, is a platform where you pay credits for people that are looking for services. So if you're offering digital marketing, you can pay credits to a platform, and they'll give you, let's just say, warm leads or vetted leads that you're more than likely or have a higher chance to be able to close a sale from. So again, what I recommend for you to do is that, try to find that unique selling proposition. Try to find that unique factor about yourself that will help you stand out. So in this case, in this project, though, there's so many platforms that do pay-per-leads. I'm focusing on a specific city. If you know what city I'm from, if you know me, then you'll know exactly what city, but I'm not going to give it up away. It's still a project that's classified. But again, that's what I mean. So there may be a lot of particular platforms that do what you do, but perhaps you focus on a specific community, a specific city, a specific niche. So that's very important for you to be able to establish once you have the, business identity, once you have those branding guidelines, once you're able to identify, okay, how am I going to make money and how can other ways that I can make money? Make sure you take time to understand what makes you different. If anyone can slap any name onto your particular service and it would sell, then that's a problem. You have to think about what's going to make you different and what's going to make you valuable. And as we finalize here, this presentation, and this was a quick video, your digital footprint. Look at your website presence. So, your website serves as a headquarters here. It serves as your digital hub. Don't forget that your website is your digital real estate. It's so important that you have that because that's going to be the connection to your store, connection to your social media, connection to, anything that you want. You can control the marketing on your website. When you're dealing with social media platforms, you have to go with the algorithm. You have so many different community policies and so on. But on your website, it's game on. You can do what you want. And that's very important for you to be able to understand because that means that you're in your house, you're doing what you want, and you're able to market any way that you want. hopefully in an ethical manner. Now, with that, keep in mind that main website, primary domain features company overview, product demonstrations, contact information, have your product pages, detailed descriptions of the solutions or services that you're offering, any technical specifications. Also provide a resource center, white papers, case studies, documentation, thought leadership. That's all short for content. Provide content. I'm creating content here so I can freely offer this on several different websites, and I've done this with several different brands and companies as well. It's important that you create a resource center, so somewhere where people can leverage free content that they can be able to use for their own business. And then client portals, right? Have a secure way of people being able to access, have their own profiles and pay. Then look at your social media strategy. Have a presence on LinkedIn, which is professional networking, thought leadership, B2B engagement, and B2B meaning business to business. Twitter, real-time updates, industry news commentary, and then YouTube, product demos, tutorials, educational AI. Again, you got to walk the walk and talk the talk, right? So the goal is here that your website plays as a hub of being able to have all that easily accessible to you. And on the side note that I'll offer people, one very important social media platform that people miss is LinkedIn. Depending on your age, but even believe it or so, I'm 36, but even people in their 30s overlook LinkedIn. It's not until their later years that they really understand the power of LinkedIn. Eventually, once you pass sales and you connect, and obviously YouTube to create content, your TikToks to sell, and Instagram as well for brand awareness, you want to have a professional presentation of who you are, your LinkedIn. So I highly recommend, don't overlook that particular platform. It's phenomenal at being able to help you acquire high-level clients. The caliber of your clients really matters. In the beginning, you're always going to shoot for low-hanging fruit. But as you feel more confident into your particular brand and it begins to develop, you're going to notice that LinkedIn is an amazing place to find very high caliber clients. What do I mean by that? That's clients that have a lot of money. They're going to pay you a lot of money. And by you having a lot of money means you can invest that back into the business and grow. That's why it's so important. But that's what I mean by caliber, right? In the beginning, it's always, you're always going to shoot for the easiest customer, but you should shoot for someone that you can really provide a lot of value to, that's also going to value you. That's huge for you to understand. And again, very important. So as we finalize this presentation, remember online reviews and testimonials. It's very, very important that you have social proof, so authentic customer testimonials, showing your credibility, showing who you are. That builds trust with people. As well as, not only customer success stories, but industry recognition. So what does that mean? Meaning that, put your reviews up in the front. Ensure that you have also certifications and awards and anything you want up front and easily accessible so that people can determine who you are. Are you credible? Are you trustworthy? Do you have the social proof that, again, you're reliable? And that's very important for you to take into consideration. And again, you build here review profiles, a number of different sites like G2, Capterra, Clutch, GitHub, and also industry publications, conference presentations, client video testimonials. Again, this is something that I personally go ahead and organize in my websites. Clients that I help out with, the network that I work with, different awards, organizations that I connect with. You can look me up and you'll see that on my site, not only dnabrandmgt.ai, but also dnabrandmgt.com. Across the board, other corporations like Recollect Corp, my LinkedIn, again, you're able to see that. So if you want to take a look at what that looks like, you can click on my other platforms and be able to see, how I personally, show that and articulate that on social media platforms. But very important for you to take that into account. And finally, that's it. And remember, if you ever want to connect with us, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, we started this new channel to begin really diving in, touching a younger audience. And again, being able to show you not only from a sophisticated and complex perspective, but I'm also going to break it down for you about why it's important. And business is like that. So business, it can be very simple, but it also requires a certain level of comprehension, and it requires a certain level of understanding that you need to develop. But the point is that if you're watching this type of video, you're already on the right track. You're already looking for guidance. You're already looking for something that can evolve and change the way you think. But please, again, subscribe subscribe to the channel if you'd like to catch new updates and videos on what I'll be publishing in the rest of the series. Any questions you have, you can always reach out to our website, submit a form, contact info, and we'll reach out to you and help you. But I hope you enjoyed this short video, and thank you for joining in. Take care.